We're in today with the Radeon Pro WX3100. This is a 2017 video card with 512 shaders. It's got 4 GB of VRAM GDDR5, running at 1219 MHz on the core clock and 1500 MHz on the memory clock. It's got 128 bits bus width, and we're gonna pair it up with this E5-2699 V4 with 22 cores today with hyper-threading disabled. I think this is a very fantastic video card considering the age, the size of the video card, the amount of VRAM it's got. The best thing I can do for this video card is just jump in a couple of games and show you how it holds. Let's go. Let's start with Fortnite. Apparently in this game with 1080p and performance mode, you can clearly see that the GPU is doing a fantastic job. I mean, it's playable. I'm not saying it's doing awesome work like hundreds of FPS or something like that. I'm just saying that it's doing nearly 100 FPS on average, because sometimes it's just dipping below 100 and it feels very awkward. In this case, it's working really nice, 60, 70, 90 FPS depending on how you look at the map, you know. In some cases it's dropping below I shall say 80, 100 FPS, and it's a little scary, you know, depending on the zone. But overall performance is great, you know. You can clearly see that the GPU is doing a fantastic job. It's got 4 GB of VRAM, but in the game you're not utilizing with performance more than 1080p. But I did have some problems with this video card, and I had to switch in between 8 cores, 12 cores, 16 cores on the CPU, hyper-thread is enabled, hyper-thread disabled, every single settings I tried, and then I ended up with 22 cores, no hyper-threading working the best, you know. This game apparently it's utilizing all of the cores. I don't know why this game it's utilizing all the cores, but this is how it's working the best, you know. You can clearly see the stutters, you know, on the line, but it's got a playable FPS. This is pissing me off, you know, but why stuttering, I don't know. If we're jumping in Farlight with this computer, with this video card, you can clearly see that the video card is doing a fantastic work. The system itself is doing a fantastic work, so I have nothing but respect for this. Overall performance is great. You can actually see that the FPS is here with this video card, with this computer. Apparently on the CPU side there is not a lot of stress in this situation. With this CPU, apparently only 20% load on this E5 CPU, but it's doing a fantastic job utilizing only 7 GB of system RAM. I like the computer. I like how it's utilizing the resource. It looks even on 1080p with low details, you can clearly see there is a lot of details here, but there is not a lot of stress, you know, on the system, on the CPU side. If I'm interested on actually playing with a video card like this, I will put it on normal details in order to get the best performance from the video card and the system, you know, so I can utilize the display port in the back of the video card, so I can get this 240 FPS. You can clearly see that the GPU sometimes it's reaching 100% and sometimes it's not. It's like 60-70% loaded only. This video card it's at the edge, and I think this is a fantastic performance overall. In this case, in GTA 5 with this video card, you can clearly see you get 80 to 100 FPS, but this is single player, because if I know that if I go online I will butcher the whole video card. The FPS is right, the quality is normal. I can't complain here. The video card actually does the job and delivering the FPS. You can clearly see it's utilizing 1.2 GB of VRAM. The wattage, on the other hand, this is the cool part about this, is that the whole computer it's utilizing 200 watts. 200 watts, I mean water pumps, CPU, memory, hard drives, all kinds of peripherals in the computer, plus the video card itself that is delivering this amount of performance. But with 100% load, you can actually see that it's got only 1.3 gig of VRAM utilization, and is doing a fantastic job. There is nothing to complain here, because the whole situation is good, you know. If you're interested on playing GTA 5 with this type of computer and this type of video card, I like the performance. There is nothing to complain here. But if we're jumping in PUBG with this video card and this system, you can actually see on average the video card is trying to do the 60 FPS number. Here is struggling to keep that 60 FPS, but yeah, definitely he's got a big problem here in this case. 100% load on the core. You can actually see it's staying around 20 ms, and that is not okay from this video card. I mean, I like the performance, but definitely there is room for improvement. Everything is on very low. Let's put it to 80%. Let's see, does it improve with 80% render scale? Okay, it looks kind of doggo. I think anti-aliasing and sharpening will be ideal in this case, but I cannot ask more from this video card, because you know that the video card is not powerful. It's utilizing 200 watts. This is apparently the average today, 200 watts consumption from this computer, with maximum performance from the core. I cannot expect more from this video card, but at the same time, yeah, definitely I have to look into something else, you know, in another settings. You can actually see that now it's nearly to 60 fps, 56, 58 fps. It's averaging much better than previous with the previous settings with 100% render scale. Like this, it's playable, you know, but you have to adjust it in such a way so you can get that 60 fps constantly. I want that number because it's very important in this case. But with this settings activated, I mean, it dropped to 80% render scale, you get nearly 3 gig of VRAM utilization. When it comes to Counter-Strike, this video card and the system is doing a fantastic job. You can actually see the video card and the system is performing really nice. 80 fps on average, with 90 nearly to 100 fps as an average. It's running really nice. It's 1080p with lowest details, you know, but you can adjust this based on your performance or your needs, based on your Counter-Strike skills. Look at this. This is actually a fantastic performance overall. It's utilizing the core at maximum, 63 degrees on this video card score, with 100% fan speed. It's a fantastic performance from the video card. In this case, you can actually see it's using 2.7 gig of VRAM, nearly to 2.8. I think it will go a little up, but I think it's gonna hover here and it will be a good average. In this occasion, you can actually see the video card can deliver, and in some cases even the system has no problem. Here, for instance, it's got 20% load on the CPU with 36 degrees and 9 gig of system RAM being utilized. That's actually a fantastic number overall, and like I said, only 202 watts consumption from this computer. Let's see how it's running in Cyberpunk. I got 1080p on low details without any upscale. This is actually a fantastic performance considering what video card I have. Look at the frame time, 60 ms. If I want to play Cyberpunk with this video card, I have no chance without any upscale. You can actually see 19 fps, 16 ms. Oh my god, this is kind of horrible, but I cannot expect and demand performance from this video card considering the size of the video card, you know. Seriously, based on the size of this video card, the 20 fps, I will say this is a compliment. All jokes aside, we're gonna go in here and see if we can actually put balance, and if it's not possible with balance, then we're gonna put performance and see how it's running. 30 fps. This is not okay, seriously. 37 ms, 2.1 gig of VRAM utilized, 11.4 gig of system RAM used. The CPU, it's okay-ish, you know. There's not a lot of difference, you know, with 22 and 16 cores in Cyberpunk, only the low. We're gonna go here, I'm gonna put it on ultra performance. The VRAM managed to go down. I got 2 gig of VRAM utilization. So overall performance is between 35 FPS to 40. That's actually interesting. That's very interesting. Seriously, I have to look at people and objects in order to get the real FPS. So if I stay around here to the shops, this is gonna be the real FPS. 30 ms and 2 gig of VRAM utilized and 60 degrees on the core. 200 watts. That's it. This is the best this video card can do. But if we're jumping in Starfield with this video card, with this system, you can actually see that the video card is struggling to keep 30 fps. And this is actually fantastic to see, because majority of the time I will have only lag and stutter. In this case, you can see that the game is not being playable, but let me explain. I put lowest detail with FSR3 with frame generation, and this is the best it can do. With 197 watts consumption, this video card and this computer only offers me 29 fps. So yes, overall performance, it's horrible. There are some options with FSR and frame generation, is to lower maybe the Windows resolution in order to get more FPS. That's the only thing I can do. Maybe put the desktop resolution to 720p and force this game to run that resolution. With FSR, maybe I'll get 40 FPS like in Cyberpunk, you know. But if you're wandering around with 1080p with FSR and frame generation, you will notice that the game is not capable of delivering 30 FPS. If we're jumping in Crossout with this system, with this video card, you can clearly see that it's possible to play the game. I got 100% load on the video card. I got low details with performance mode. I mean legacy GPU in order to get the right FPS here. It's very hard on the video card. It's very hard on the system itself. But if you set it up properly, you can actually get 100 FPS. I don't know if this is the limit. Something is wrong. Maybe the desktop is like this. Who knows? I think it's possible to play the game with even more FPS maybe, because you can actually see that the core sometimes it's not on maximum. Adaptive resolution is on. Okay. Turn it off, turn it off. 1.3 gig of VRAM utilized here in this game with this video card and the system. It's okay, you know, it's not bad. I think there is a possibility here to actually play the game properly. Oh, look at this. Got playable FPS. Let's see if we can actually do something. 7.6 gig of system RAM being utilized from this computer in this situation, and it's possible to actually play the game. I think the CPU is an overkill in this situation, but it's definitely playable. An overall good performance from this small video card. I really love this WX3100. I think this is a very good video card considering it's from 2017. It's not a very bad video card. At the same time, you can manage to see today there's a couple of limitations from this small video card. Even though it's got a small form factor size, 1 unit of a video card, this video card with 4 gig of VRAM can actually do the job. In a way, the video card, it's a good option to restore multiple computers if you're interested because of that low profile availability. One slot unit is very good because there's lots of computers that are very small form factor and they can take a video card like this. The fact that it doesn't require any power supply, external power supply, this is fantastic. And because of its got DirectX 12 support, it allows you to start a couple of games, and it allows you to start a couple of new games, to be more precise. But that's the thing, you know. Even though it's got features that allows you to start a lot of applications and games, you will have a lot of problems because the video card is not that powerful. But at the same time, the video card is cheap on the market. I managed to find this video card very cheap, and there's a lot of models like this, similar video cards like this, that are really cheap. All of the sudden they are available, and it's worth having a video card like this that is low profile in order to put in a computer and restore an old machine. It's a fantastic option, seriously. It's a fantastic option. Overall performance from the video card is acceptable. Yeah, I like it. If you have any suggestion for this video card, leave a comment and I will see you very soon.